You're driving down a remote country road when suddenly, glowing orbs of light appear in the distance. They dance, disappear, and reappear in impossible ways. No headlights, no campfires, no logical explanation. From Missouri to Texas, from North Carolina to Michigan, America is home to some of the world's most documented unexplained light phenomena. These aren't fleeting UFO sightings or blurry Bigfoot photos. These are lights that have been witnessed by thousands of people for over a century. Welcome to Sketchy Phenomena. Hit that subscribe button, because what you're about to learn about these mysterious lights will leave you questioning what's really out there in the darkness. Our first stop takes us to the border between Missouri and Oklahoma, where the Joplin Spook Light, also known as the Hornet Spook Light, has been mystifying observers since the 1880s. This makes it one of America's oldest continuously reported paranormal phenomena. The light appears along a 4-mile stretch of rural road known as the Devil's Promenade, near the tiny community of Hornet, Missouri. The road itself is unremarkable, a straight gravel path flanked by fields and woods. The first documented reports date back to the late 1800s, when local residents began seeing a mysterious ball of light that would appear near the road, sometimes approaching witnesses before vanishing. Local legend attributes the light to the spirits of Native Americans who died on the Trail of Tears, though these stories were likely created after the light was already being observed by settlers. Witnesses describe the Joplin light as a glowing orb that varies in size from basketball to car-sized. It typically appears as a bright white or yellow light, though some report seeing red, green, or blue variations. The light exhibits seemingly intelligent behavior. It approaches cars and people, retreats when approached, changes direction abruptly, and sometimes splits into multiple orbs. Witnesses report it can move at incredible speeds or hover motionless for extended periods. What makes the Joplin light unique is its consistency. Unlike sporadic UFO sightings, this phenomenon appears regularly enough that locals give directions to tourists. It's been featured in newspapers, investigated by scientists, and even appeared in a 1980s episode of Unsolved Mysteries. Next, we travel north to Michigan's Upper Peninsula, where the Paulding light has been puzzling visitors since the 1960s. Located in the Ottawa National Forest near the town of Paulding, this phenomenon occurs along a remote stretch of old railroad grade. The light appears along what was once the route of the Paulding-Ontonagon Railroad, abandoned in the 1960s when logging operations ceased. The area is now a densely forested region with minimal human activity. According to local legend, the light is the ghost of a railroad brakeman who was killed in a train accident. The story goes that he continues to walk the tracks with his lantern, warning of impending danger. Another version claims it's the spirit of a mail carrier who froze to death delivering mail along the route. The Paulding light appears from a designated viewing area along Robbins Pond Road. Observers look down a long, straight corridor through the forest where the old railroad grade used to run. Witnesses describe seeing a bright light that appears in the distance, sometimes growing larger as it approaches, then fading away. The light is typically white or yellow, though some report red or green variations. It can appear for minutes at a time or flash briefly. The phenomenon became so well known that the U.S. Forest Service erected an official sign describing the legend and providing directions to the viewing area. Thousands of tourists visit annually hoping to witness the mysterious light. Our third mystery takes us to North Carolina's Blue Ridge Mountains, where the Brown Mountain lights have been captivating observers for over a century. These lights appear above and around Brown Mountain, a ridge in the Pisgah National Forest. The first written account appeared in a local newspaper in 1913, though Cherokee legends suggest the lights were known to Native Americans long before European settlement. The Cherokee believed the lights were the spirits of Cherokee and Catawba warriors who died in a great battle. According to some accounts, a German engineer reported seeing strange lights in the area as early as 1771, though this claim is disputed by historians. What sets Brown Mountain apart is the level of serious scientific investigation it has received. In 1913, the U.S. Geological Survey sent a team to investigate the phenomenon. Their initial report attributed the lights to locomotive headlights from the nearby Linville Valley. However, when a major flood in 1916 washed out the railroad bridges and stopped all train traffic, the lights continued to appear. This forced scientists to reconsider their explanation. In 1922, the Smithsonian Institution launched a more comprehensive investigation. Their team observed the lights for several weeks, documenting various phenomena including stationary lights, moving lights, and lights that appeared to rise from the mountain and disappear into the sky. The Brown Mountain lights can be observed from several locations, including the Blue Ridge Parkway, the Brown Mountain Overlook, and Wiseman's View. This gives researchers multiple vantage points to study the phenomenon. Witnesses describe lights of various sizes and colors: white, red, yellow, and blue. Some appear as steady glows, others pulse or flash. The lights seem to rise from the mountain, move horizontally, or dance in complex patterns before fading away. Unlike many paranormal phenomena, the Brown Mountain lights have been consistently reported for over a century, with documentation from scientists, tourists, locals, and even military personnel. Our final stop brings us to the high desert of West Texas, where the Marfa lights have been captivating observers since the 1880s. These mysterious illuminations appear in the desert south of the small town of Marfa, population about 2,000. The first documented sighting was by Robert Reed Ellison, a young cowhand who reported seeing strange lights while driving cattle through Paisano Pass in 1883. Ellison initially thought they were Apache campfires, but when he investigated the next day, he found no evidence of any camp. Local Apache legends speak of fallen stars that never rose again, remaining trapped between earth and sky. Other folklore attributes the lights to the ghost of Chief Alsate, an Apache leader who died in the area. The Marfa lights became so famous that the Texas Department of Transportation built an official viewing area complete with parking and interpretive signs. The site attracts thousands of visitors annually. Modern witnesses describe lights that appear as distant car headlights but behave in impossible ways. They split apart, merge together, disappear and reappear, and sometimes seem to dance or play with each other. The lights have attracted celebrities, scientists, and television crews. They've been featured on numerous documentary programs and have become a significant tourist attraction for the remote West Texas town. In 2010, students from Michigan Technological University conducted a thorough investigation of the Paulding light using scientific methodology and modern equipment. Their research revealed that the mysterious light was actually distant car headlights from US Highway 45, located about 5 miles away. The long, straight corridor of the old railroad grade created a perfect viewing tunnel for these distant lights. Atmospheric conditions and the elevation changes in the terrain created an optical effect that made the distant headlights appear much closer and more mysterious than they actually were. Temperature inversions could bend light, making cars appear to hover or move in unusual ways. The team's findings explained all the reported behaviors of the Paulding light: why it appeared at certain times, why it seemed to approach and retreat, and why it had different colors, corresponding to headlights and taillights. Multiple scientific investigations have attempted to explain the Joplin light, with mixed results. Oklahoma State University and the University of Missouri have both conducted studies. Some researchers believe the light is caused by traffic on nearby Interstate 44, similar to the Paulding light explanation. The highway is visible from the Devil's Promenade under certain atmospheric conditions. However, this explanation doesn't account for all witness reports. Many observers insist the light behaves in ways that distant headlights cannot, approaching witnesses, moving through fields, and appearing before the interstate was built. The most compelling argument against the highway explanation is that reliable reports of the light date back to the 1880s, long before automobiles existed in the area. Brown Mountain has attracted the most scientific attention, but no single explanation has been universally accepted. Some scientists attribute the lights to atmospheric phenomena, such as temperature inversions, which can bend light from distant sources and make them appear to hover or move strangely. The area contains significant quartz deposits. Some researchers theorize that geological stress could create piezoelectric effects, generating electrical discharges that appear as lights. Rare atmospheric phenomena like ball lightning or plasma formations have been proposed. These could potentially explain the variety of light behaviors observed at Brown Mountain. Despite decades of investigation, no theory fully explains all aspects of the Brown Mountain lights. The phenomenon continues to puzzle researchers. The Marfa lights have been studied extensively, but explanations remain controversial. The most widely accepted scientific explanation involves atmospheric refraction. The desert environment creates temperature gradients that can bend light from distant sources, making them appear to behave unusually. Some researchers believe the lights are distant car headlights from US Highway 67, refracted by atmospheric conditions to appear much closer and more mysterious. Critics point out that reports of the lights predate automobile traffic by decades. Robert Reed Ellison's 1883 sighting occurred long before cars existed in the area. Many witnesses insist the lights behave in ways that refracted headlights cannot explain, moving against traffic patterns, appearing in areas where no roads exist, and demonstrating apparent intelligence. The study of spook lights has contributed to our understanding of atmospheric optics and rare meteorological phenomena. Even when lights are explained by conventional means, they often involve complex optical effects that are scientifically interesting. These cases also illuminate how human perception can be influenced by environment, expectation, and atmospheric conditions. Understanding why people interpret certain phenomena as mysterious helps us better understand consciousness and perception. The investigation of spook lights demonstrates the scientific method in action, how hypotheses are formed, tested, and refined based on evidence. Of America's 4 most famous spook lights, only one has been definitively solved. The Paulding light's explanation as distant headlights is supported by solid scientific evidence and explains all reported behaviors. The Joplin, Brown Mountain, and Marfa lights remain partially or completely unexplained. None fully account for all aspects of these phenomena. What makes these cases particularly intriguing is their historical consistency. Reports spanning over a century suggest these aren't simply modern misidentifications of contemporary technology. America's spook lights represent a fascinating intersection of science, folklore, and mystery. They demonstrate how some phenomena can persist at the edges of scientific understanding, challenging our assumptions about what we think we know. While one mystery has been solved, 3 remain unexplained despite decades of scientific investigation. This doesn't necessarily mean they're supernatural. It simply means we don't yet have complete explanations. As technology advances and our understanding of atmospheric phenomena improves, we may eventually solve these remaining mysteries. Or we might discover they're more complex than we currently imagine. Creating these deep dive investigations into the world's strangest mysteries takes serious time and resources. From research and scripting to editing and visual effects, each episode requires tools, software, and countless hours to bring you the quality content you deserve. Consider becoming a Patreon. For just $3 a month, you can directly support Sketchy Phenomena's growth and help us invest in better equipment, advanced editing tools, and more in-depth research. Patreon supporters get their name in the credits of every single episode, plus exclusive Discord access to chat directly with our team, share theories, and get behind-the-scenes updates before anyone else. Can't support financially? No problem. Liking, commenting, and subscribing helps us tremendously by boosting our visibility in the algorithm. Your engagement literally helps other mystery lovers discover our content. Got a case you want us to investigate? Drop your suggestions in the comments below, or email us directly at sketchyphenomena@gmail.com. We read every submission, and your ideas often become our next episodes. Whether you're supporting through Patreon, engaging with our content, or sharing episode ideas, you're helping build the best paranormal investigation community on YouTube. Every bit of support means the world to us and helps keep the mysteries coming. Have you ever witnessed unexplained lights? Do you think the remaining spook lights will eventually be explained by conventional science, or could they represent phenomena we don't yet understand? Share your experiences and theories in the comments below. If this story has you wanting more, then check out these videos.